All right, so this is the first time I'm looking at this website, uh, and let's see if we can find any issues. So immediately, there's a lot of links. Um, each of these links have drop-down menus. Typically, there's some sort of hover action. So when you hover over each link, there's it highlights. So I would go over and just check all those briefly, make sure that everything highlights as it should, which it appears to do. Also check around the edges. Sometimes things don't highlight properly if you're close to the edge. So check things like that. Look at the spelling of everything. I'm pretty big on spelling. I notice issues like that pretty easily. All of this seems to be pretty good so far. All right. We've got some links down here, tabs here, make sure they all work. These don't have any type of mouse over function. These are videos. Okay, so I would probably go and, start clicking, make sure all these links work, which is probably a bit of a daunting task. Well, not daunting, but time consuming because there are a lot of links. And usually, something that prominent on the page, it would be rare that, a link that accessible would not work. So I would probably skip that for now. And then obviously this is a banner that rotates, and it has, what is that? So there you go. So that's an issue right there. So I had the mouse hovering over the banner, and it gives you, look, AMC Outdoors Digital. There's another one. So I imagine that these should, be listed Little Lifford Lodge and Cabins. That's a description. Teen Wilderness Adventures. That's a description. Trails homepage slide final. That's not a description. That was, something that the web designer used to name that image as a placeholder, and it should have been renamed. So I will probably log those as issues. And then a lot of times there are issues with privacy policy links for whatever reason. Maybe because they're not clicked all that much and people don't really look at them all that much. But so that worked. We've got a couple email addresses here, so I'll hover over that and check the bottom left-hand corner to make sure that, that's the proper email that it's going to, and it looks like they're all correct. Same here, web editor at outdoors.org, AMC membership at outdoors.org. What is this? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that was... that all seemed to be fine. I did see a video link, though, on the main page, and I'd like to check that out. Okay, so that takes me to a YouTube page, so that's obviously fine. This probably does the same. No, this doesn't. I bet this is... Yeah, so this is a YouTube video as well. So that's great. Here's an email address. I wonder, if I just enter some garbage text, if it'll give me a warning. That was strange. So this is all required information, so I'm going to fill in this and leave the email address invalid and see if that will... So good. So it's telling me it's an invalid email address. That's great. We'll keep it invalid, but add a character. Oh, that's not my email. Okay, so the email address works. What if I enter... postal codes are weird because different countries have letters and numbers and whatnot. I still have that. I think this is probably all right. Let's see, what else can we do? Search outdoors.org. So typically for stuff like this, if I go to, I'll go to a link here, activities by chapter. So AMC Boston chapter 2016. I'll type that in and see if I get that result. And it looks like it's right here, Spring Leadership Program. And that was the same as this. You could probably do some more testing around the search, enter a space and search for just a space and see what happens. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, you could do some testing around this, although I have a feeling that it probably works pretty well. Let's see, where else can we go? There's an online store. Take a look at the online store. Okay, so everything looks to be in order on the page. So maybe I'll just explore one of these. Websites can be a little tricky because there's typically a lot of content. So you could also explore, around this, adding things to the cart, making sure that they show up, changing quantities, things like that. Typically, I don't see a lot of issues with editing quantities and adding things to carts in my experience, but you could do some testing around that. You could do some search. So this is a periodic table. So we'll search for periodic table, see if anything comes up, and that was the one that was there. So I'll add it to my cart. All right, so it's $20 for one. We'll change the quantity to 4. Hopefully it'll change to 80. All right, so $80, so that worked. Yeah, with this particular website, there's a lot going on, so it's hard to. Typically, I like to try to go through something systematically. So I'll check one section, then another section, then another section. But this website has a lot of information, and it also is not, like a linear progression. What I mean by that is it's more like a tree with branches. So you can start in one spot, and the next thing you know, this takes you to here, to there, to there, to there, and it can, you can. It's hard to go through this systematically, is what I'm trying to say, because of all the content. Sometimes there's issues up here with social media, so I'll hit the Twitter, make sure that this makes sense. Contact us, Appalachian Mountain Club. Here's a link. I assume that's their Twitter handle. That looks pretty good. Facebook, let's see. I mean, it looks like it would be fine. If I posted it, I would change from public, although I can't for whatever reason, to friends only, not friends only, to private, although for a public website, I imagine you can click the Facebook link. That's not going to be any type of issue with privacy. So that's a little weird right there. I imagine there should be some sort of... Yeah, that's weird that there's this black box there. Although I don't know if that is an issue with the website or an issue with Google+. What else? Yeah, I mean, I feel like on a website like this, it would just be a lot of clicking and exploring. Like I said, there's a lot of content in here. Here's a PDF. Well, so that's how I would start. And I think I would just kind of browse the site, click around, and I would try to find issues where I could. Hopefully, this has been insightful, and hopefully, I made sense. All right.